और आज भी
Very good evening, viewers. You're watching the Friday edition of 6 Stories at 6, and I am Rakshita Mishra with you. The stories lined up for you begin with today is the meltdown in Washington, D.C. Why? Because Donald Trump is not the peace president. He has been denied, he has been rejected for the Nobel Peace Prize, and we'll get you the reactions coming in on that. Also, story number 2 is how Pakistan is in a panic mode as Mutaki is in India. There's a reset in the ties between India and Afghanistan, and Pakistan conducts airstrikes in Kabul last night. Also, we tell you the details of the bilateral talks that happened today between External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar and the Foreign Minister of Afghanistan, Mutaki, and the important outcome of that and the important derivatives that we will be bringing to you on this show. Story number 3 is Imran Khan's power play from jail seems is clean bowling. Shehbaz Sharif will tell you all that's happening in Islamabad, and also battleground Bihar. The latest updates coming in on the NDA seat sharing. It seems that the ice has been finally broken and an official announcement will be happening soon. Also, we will get you what has been the outcome of the marathon meetings in the Tata Group. First, we start with the what's happening in Washington, D.C. viewers. The world watched as the Nobel Committee today announced the Venezuelan leader of opposition, Maria Machado, as the winner of the Nobel Peace Prize today. And U.S. President Donald Trump, who had spent the entire year campaigning for the Peace Prize to be given to him, was snubbed on a global stage, viewers. In fact, in the latest, White House has said that it is something that is only prioritizing politics over peace. Remember, this 8-war theory, the 8-war stopped claim by Donald Trump has not found any audience in the Nobel jury, and we'll show you what the Nobel panel chairperson also said when asked about Trump being rejected. Listen in.
As the world watched the announcement for Nobel Peace Prize, everyone saw Trump's worst nightmare come to reality. A big beautiful snub from the Nobel Committee. Donald Trump, who had spent the last 7 months claiming to have ended 7 different wars across the world.
Likewise, in a period of just 7 months, I have ended 7 unendable wars. They said they were unendable. You're never going to get them solved. Some were going for 31 years, 2 of them, 31, think of it, 31 years. One was 36 years. One was 28 years. I ended 7 wars. And in all cases, they were raging with countless thousands of people being killed.
Was snubbed by the Nobel Peace Prize Committee, with the award going to the leader of opposition in Venezuela, Maria Corina Machado. Being the only nominee to have spent the entire year campaigning for the award, Trump, until last night, was hopeful that he could step out of the shadow of his predecessor, Barack Obama.
Obama got a prize. He didn't even know what he got. He got elected, and they gave it to Obama for doing absolutely nothing but destroying our country. No, he was not a good president. The worst president was Sleepy Joe Biden. But Obama was not a good president.
Are you going to do something with the Hezbollah?
They gave him a prize. How many months after he won the election, then they gave him the Peace Prize, right?
As Trump paid for Peace Prize for mediations abroad, in his own country, he sent National Guard to the states which did not bend the knee to him. Looking at Trump's erratic responses to events that do not please him, officials in Norway are preparing for the worst. Oslo finds itself bracing for impact as the government expects a diplomatic flare-up in Norway, not limited to tariffs for the NATO ally. Meanwhile, this year's winner, Maria Corina Machado, who has been fighting for democratic regime in authoritarian Venezuela, has not been seen in public since January, when she was reportedly abducted during a peaceful protest against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Interestingly, in the past, Donald Trump has been a vocal supporter of Maria Machado's struggle against Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. When she was kidnapped by officials by Maduro's regime in January, President Trump was in fact one of the first to send messages in support, demanding her safety while being captured. For now, Trump's campaign for the most prestigious Nobel Peace Prize has failed spectacularly. The big question is, with his focus on solving wars outside his country, will his actions with the National Guard and a government shutdown leave his position in the lurch back home?
And now, in an astonishing escalation of matter, Pakistan's Air Force launched airstrikes on northern and western parts of Afghanistan's capital, Kabul, and no casualties were reported. Viewers, Pakistan in fact claimed that they're targeting the TTP chief, and what we understand is that there has been damage to the civilian infrastructure, but they are claiming they only targeted sites that are connected to the Tehreek-e-Taliban in Pakistan, viewers, and we're going to show you those visuals from the site of the strike, the target of the strikes, and also the warnings, remember, that have been coming in from Kabul. In fact, Muttaqi, the foreign minister of Afghanistan, who's in India, has just said it has ridiculed the strikes by Pakistan and also issued a dire warning from the Indian soil. Here's the report.
It's official. Pakistan has bombed Kabul. In a stunning escalation, Pakistan's Air Force launched multiple airstrikes on Afghanistan's capital. Islamabad claims it targeted Tehreek-e-Taliban Pakistan hideouts. But the visuals on the ground tell a different story. Shattered homes, burnt out markets, and terrified civilians. No casualties confirmed yet, but the damage is widespread.
We have reported and get some pictures from Kabul and Paktika Barmal district. We saw some damages in the place of attacks. The Pakistan medias and army said that they attacked TTP leader at Kabul, but Taliban officials and all are rejected yet. And now, and they said we started an investigation, but we didn't have any thing that we have to confirm that it was the attack on Taliban leaders. But they targeted civilian places, that it's Abdullah Square, and also they that you see in the pictures, they targeted civilian places in Paktika Barmal district that destroyed more than 10 shops, and maybe it have casualties.
These strikes come on a day when Afghan Foreign Minister Amir Muttaqi landed in New Delhi. The strikes hit northern and central Kabul. This marked Pakistan's first direct assault on the Afghan capital since the Taliban takeover in 2021. Explosions rocked the city just hours after Pakistan's Defence Minister Khwaja Asif made his explosive remarks in Parliament.
जिस मुल्क से, जिस सरजमीन से उनको फायदा मिल रहा है, उस मुल्क के साथ दुश्मनी कर रहे हैं। सर, ये अब बर्दाश्त नहीं होगा। हमें यकसू होके मिनहसुल कौम जो है जवाब देना पड़ेगा इन लोगों को जो उनको पनाहगाहें मुयस्सर करते हैं, चाहे वो हमारी सरजमीन पे हैं या वो अफगानिस्तान की सरजमीन के ऊपर है।
Asif declared, saying that collateral damage may happen as Islamabad will target those who attack Pakistan. It was soon after his statement that the first strike was launched. This is Pakistan's state-sponsored terrorism beyond its borders. Islamabad claims it as retaliation. Pakistan says it was a direct response to the Orakzai ambush that killed 11 Pakistani soldiers earlier this week. Sources suggest the airstrikes were aimed at TTP chief Noor Wali Mahsood, though an unverified audio message claims he escaped unhurt.
مجاهدين السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. مجاهدين برونو السلام په تفاوض د کورنه بعد تاسو ته زه د اطمینان درکوم چې نن د ربیع الثاني 14 تاریخ ته او 9 اکتوبر د جمعرات ورځ تیر شوې ده، د جمعې شپه ده. الحمدلله مشترک تخیر او خیرت ته د غچکونو پروپاګاندا په میډیا باندې خلک یې د ټوله به ځای دي د موټر والا هم او نور هم د ټوله الحمدلله مش په خپل خوره قبایلی سیمه کې ژوند کوو، هیڅ مشکل نشته ده او الحمدلله په خیر او خیرات سره تاسو خپل جهاد ته ادامه ورکړئ بس په دې کې موږ تاسو د دنیا د آخرت ګټه او نجات او کامیابی ده.
The Taliban regime has called the airstrike a declaration of war. Spokesperson Zabihullah Mujahid confirmed the blast and warned of retaliatory suicide attacks inside Pakistan. The timing couldn't be more provocative. As Taliban's acting foreign minister Imran Khan meets Indian officials in the national capital, Pakistan is bombing Kabul, accusing it.
So as Pakistan bombed Kabul, a diplomatic counter-offensive was launched from New Delhi today. Taliban's top minister is in India, and together India and Afghanistan delivered a powerful message to Islamabad that terror will not dictate the region's future. From rebuilding bridges to restoring full diplomatic ties, this is India and Afghanistan viewers standing shoulder to shoulder against Pakistan's state-sponsored terror. In fact, India delivered a firm signal to Pakistan over its occupation of Jammu and Kashmir as well, the POK. Because here, S. Jaishankar, when he says in a joint statement with Afghanistan's foreign minister Muttaqi, when he referred to Afghanistan as a contiguous neighbor, he said that we are neighbors, highlighting India's strategic and developmental interest also in the region. Here's the full story.
Pakistan attacks Kabul. Explosions rock Afghanistan's capital. But even as bombs fall, diplomacy is rising in New Delhi. While the Taliban's top central minister Imran Khan lands in India, Pakistan Air Force bombs Kabul. But from New Delhi, India and Afghanistan have sent a strong and unmistakable signal to Islamabad. A united stand against cross-border terrorism and state-sponsored terrorism.
हमारा ख्वाहिश ये है कि ऐसा गलती को तकरार नहीं करना चाहिए. अफ़गानियों का हौसले नहीं आजमाया, उसको ज़्यादा छेड़ना अगर लोग करता है तो वो एक बार अंग्रेज़ से पूछे, फिर सोवियत यूनियन से पूछे, फिर अमेरिका से पूछे, फिर नाटो से पूछे, ताकि वो आपको थोड़ा सा समझाए कि भाई अफगानिस्तान के साथ ऐसा खेल करना ये अच्छा नहीं है.
Both nations have pledged to coordinate their fight against Pakistan's terror machinery. A new chapter of cooperation is unfolding in public view. For the first time since Taliban's takeover of Afghanistan in 2021, Afghanistan's foreign minister is in New Delhi. Received with diplomatic warmth, Muttaqi's visit marks the first major engagement between India and the Taliban regime. And the message from the both sides is loud and clear. Terror will not be tolerated. In a direct message, Taliban's acting foreign minister has assured India that Afghanistan's soil will never be used against any other nation.
During the American occupation, there was many ups and downs that happened. However, throughout this time, we never gave a statement against India. Rather, we always sought good relations with India. We will not allow any group to threaten anyone else or use the territory of Afghanistan against others.
The assurance was met with strong words from India's External Affairs Minister Dr. S. Jaishankar on how both nations have faced and shared a same threat of terrorism.
Excellency, we have a common commitment towards growth and prosperity. However, these are endangered by the shared threat of cross-border terrorism that both our nations face. We must coordinate efforts to combat terrorism in all its forms and manifestations. We appreciate your sensitivity towards India's security concerns. Your solidarity with us in the aftermath of the Pahalgam terrorist attack was noteworthy.
Now, the imprisoned former Pakistani Prime Minister Imran Khan has been working from behind the bars to launch a political mutiny in Pakistan, replacing a key minister from his prison cell. Imran Khan is openly defiant to army and Shehbaz Sharif's government. He has shaken Pakistan to its core, and Shehbaz Sharif has lots to ponder and he is clearly, visibly very, very troubled. Let's take a look.
Pakistan is imploding. And the man behind the storm is former Pakistan Prime Minister Imran Khan. From behind bars, the former Prime Minister has launched a political mutiny. And his moves are shaking Islamabad to its core. As Kabul comes under fierce attack, Pakistan itself is caught in a war within. Imran Khan versus Pakistan, a battle threatening to tear apart the country's fragile power balance. In a stunning power play, Imran Khan has replaced key ministers from prison, handpicking loyalists, and has sidelined army-backed leaders. A move seen as open defiance of the Pakistan army and the Sharif government. And the most explosive twist yet is Imran Khan appointing pro-TTP leader Sohail Afridi as Chief Minister of Khyber Pakhtunkhwa.
उन्होंने कहा कि ऐसा बंदा लाओ जो एक फ्यूजिटिव और एक इश्तहारी और एक भगोड़े मुराद सईद का करीबी साथी हो और दहशतगर्दों के हवाले से भी वो एक नरम गोशा रखता हो। तो ये जो सोहेल अफरीदी को लाया गया है, ये इसलिए लाया गया है कि दहशतगर्द और उनके सहूलतकारों को मुकम्मल तौर पे सपोर्ट किया जाए, प्रमोट किया जाए और मुकम्मल सहूलतकारी उनको दी जाए और उनको फ्री हैंड दिया जाए केपी प्रोविंस के अंदर। तो फिर वो कुर्बानियां कहां जाएंगी जो इस मुल्क को कौम ने दिया है? हम ये हरगिज़ नहीं होने देंगे। और मैं बहुत क्लैरिटी से बता दूं केपी की हुकूमत को और तहरीक इंसाफ को कि पाकिस्तान की सिक्योरिटी पॉलिसी इस्लामाबाद में बनती है और बनती रहेगी। पाकिस्तान की सिक्योरिटी पॉलिसी काबुल में नहीं बनेगी।
अल्हम्दुलिल्लाह हमारा तो ये ईमान है कि अल्लाह ताला जो भी करता है तो उस पर अल्लाह ताला की बेहतरी होती है और हमारे लीडर जो इमरान खान का जो भी फैसला है हमें वन हर तरह से कबूल है और इंशाल्लाह हमारी तमाम पार्टी जो है हमेशा की तरह मुत्तहिद है और तमाम ने खान साहब के फैसले पर एतमाद का इजहार किया है और इंशाल्लाह ये जो बीच में अभी दोबारा ये थोड़े से फिर ये कोई चक्कर बना रहे हैं, ये जो हुकूमत बना रही है कोई चक्कर, उस पर भी हमने सारे लाइमर बना लिया अपना और इंशाल्लाह हम इनकी क्यों भी ऐसी साजिश जो है कामयाब नहीं होने देंगे।
A man accused of backing the Taliban, now elevated by Imran himself. The timing couldn't be deadlier. This comes even as Pakistan forces are coming under attack in Khyber Pakhtunkhwa. The government alleges Imran Khan is working with the Taliban regime in Kabul. Islamabad's official charge is that Kabul is influencing political appointments in Islamabad. As the Taliban struggles to hold Kabul, Imran Khan is tightening his grip from the jail. He is turning Pakistan's internal chaos into his comeback strategy. This is no longer opposition politics. It's Imran Khan versus Munir and Shehbaz. Pakistan is now a nation under siege from within and beyond.
Now, Bihar Assembly elections battle is now heating up with the NDA and the Mahagathbandhan. They're all gearing up. NDA, remember, has been for the longest time being engaged in this tussle, but now the inside scoop tells us that inside sources tell us that they have finally come to a decision on seat sharing. Details will be announced this evening or maybe tomorrow afternoon. Meanwhile, 4 JDU MLAs have joined hands with the RJD also, and Tejasvi Yadav has also now released the list of his candidates. We'll tell you all of that on that in this report.
Bihar's assembly elections are around the corner, and all parties have sounded the poll bugle. The seat-sharing formula is being finalized in NDA. Republic sources have confirmed that the NDA alliance, which till yesterday was in a conflict over seat sharing, has finally reached an agreement on seat sharing. Chirag Paswan's party had demanded 36 seats, while the BJP had offered 22. Earlier today, the BJP General Secretary Vinod Tawde met Upendra Kushwaha at his Patna residence.
चर्चा होती है तो जिसके पास ताकत होती है उसी की चर्चा होती है और निश्चित रूप से चुनावी वर्ष है, चर्चा होना जायज है और हमारे नेता शीर्ष नेतृत्व कल हम लोग ने एक बैठक भी किया, आपको बता दूं, सबका अधिकृत हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष हैं, कोई भी फैसला लेने के कितना सीट लड़ेंगे, क्या सीट लड़ेंगे, कौन सीट लड़ेंगे, कहाँ नहीं लड़ेंगे, सब चीज़ के लिए हमारे राष्ट्रीय अध्यक्ष आदरणीय चिराग पासवान जी अधिकृत हैं।
On the other hand, the pre-poll switch has begun. Former JDU MP Santosh Kushwaha, former JDU MLA Rahul Sharma and Chanakya Prakash and LJP's Ajay Kushwaha have joined hands with RJD.
मुझे पूरा विश्वास है कि इनके पार्टी में आने से दल तो मजबूत होगा ही होगा और साथ में जो सामाजिक न्याय की जो विचारधारा है वो भी मजबूत होगी। आप सब लोग को हमने पहले भी कहा था कि अब हमारे जो चाचा हैं वो अचेत अवस्था में है और जनता दल यूनाइटेड अब या बिहार सरकार आदरणीय नीतीश कुमार जी नहीं चला रहे हैं बल्कि भाजपा दिल्ली से नरेंद्र मोदी जी और अमित शाह चला रहे हैं।
Mahagठबंधन is gearing up for a strong challenge, with RJD leader Tejashwi Yadav making big promises ahead of the polls. Yesterday, Tejashwi Yadav promised government jobs to one person in every household ahead of the polls. BJP also hit out at Tejashwi, saying when any party feels that there is no possibility of forming government, then such statements are made.
किसी भी दल को जब लगता है कि सरकार बनाने की कोई संभावना नहीं है, तब वह ऐसी ही बातें करते हैं। तेजस्वी यादव और महागठबंधन अब पूरे तौर पे मान चुका है कि वह बिहार के चुनाव से आउट है और इसलिए वह इस तरह की बातें कर रहे हैं। जल्दी ही आप तेजस्वी यादव जी से सुनिएगा कि जितने लोग भी उनके पार्टी को वोट देंगे सबको वह स्टारशिप में बैठा के चांद ले जाएंगे, क्योंकि वह जानते हैं कि सरकार बनेगी नहीं और जिम्मेवारी मेरी होगी नहीं।
The battle for Patna is intensifying, with all parties working to win over voters.
And that's all we could pack in this edition of 6 Stories at 6. We'll be right back with Live and Breaking.